Good morning, and hello wherever you are in the world. My name is Kirstin Oliver. This is a very, very quick and brief video to say hello and welcome. And if you've clicked into this, that means you might already been clicking into my vlog and blog. So welcome in. You'll notice in the text on the blog, I've already explained very quickly who I am, but I'll do it again in video. So I'm Kirstin Oliver. I'm in a windy November location behind me. So apologies if on sound and wind look. Whoa. My blog that you'll see when you click in at the top buttons, you'll see that there's different categories. I'll be doing blogs between Thursday and Saturday each week, and I'll be updating, linking to the different sectors. So what is it? It's a blog and vlog is video version of different aspects of what it is to do with an arts consultant. That's me, and what I cover. I'm trying to break everything down so it's a little bit more accessible to everybody. So for example, one sector is all to do with a bit like blasts from the past. So different types of arts venues, spaces, where things are from. What is it when somebody says to you, oh yes, I have this type of acoustic rated. It's like, what's that then? So that area, that's in there. There's others which are to do with the classic at the minute, to do with risk assessment, safety, DOT guidelines, all the way through to, of course, the present situation with the virus. That's another sector. There's another one which is all to do with like products and things, which is what I can do. So it's documentation, whether it's audits, risk assessment aspect, funding, a whole range. So that's another one which I break down as well. On top of that, it's a bit like the business aspect, the startup, because I'm started lately 4 businesses, from scratch, building them up from like zero. So what she found, where did you do that? How does that work from this perspective of my crazy brain, but also to try and help others who are doing the similar thing, or just it's not something they've done before like me, and learning from scratch. So there's another sector of that. I put notes, I put my brainstorms and mind maps, I do loads of things like that. So it's all there for people to see. There's a big bit at the top of my blogs, and I'll say this in every single one of my blogs. If it's to do with written text, I am dyslexic and proud. So if there is errors, I have changed what I can. The same with grammar and things. I know I'm sure there'll be people who'll be like, oh, this is not spelled correctly on comments, etc. Okay, fine, fair cop, fine. But please be aware, when you are registered dyslexic, having a normal spell checker doesn't really work in the same way for us. We don't see things in that manner. So that's why I've done it the other way, to my strengths, which is ensuring that I have got everything in visual for people. So if you do like what you see in my maps and discussions, and later on there'll be things like lesson plans, because I'm come from education as well as coming from straight arts industry professionals, so I come from both sectors. So if you are looking at that and think, oh okay, I want to know more about that, drop us a message, put the outlines in it, email me, it comes directly to me, all the different links come directly to me, and I'll be able to explain further or break it down. This blog is solely to do with arts consultancy and the different sectors. There's loads, I'm hoping, once I get going, things like interviews, discussions, open forums, things. I can do that later. Not yet, let's get going first. So that's what it's about, quick introduction. The other companies that I've set up to do with everyone's art, that's to do with curriculum for every art forms. Another one to do with UVA, which is UVA Participatory Service. That's to do with events, but both for everybody else, but also ones of how we join up into inclusion venues, whether it's schools, etc., schools and community centres, etc. That's different. They have their own websites coming, they have their own blogs, etc. But I do link across. I do say like have a look at, or check this out, or found a link here. Anything which disclosures in websites or images which are not my own, I do declare, I do say, and I send the links on that too, so you can find the tags and hashtags, etc. I also link. If you put into Instagram, same with Twitter or any other social platforms, you'll see that I put the timetable, and I'll say and why. Timetable per schedule for each one. Sorry, I'm like blown away at the minute. That will come up. I'll do a poster for that. It will change, but it will link to the categories at the top. and I've done a description in the category box to give you a bit more of an idea what that's about. But as I said, everything concerned that I'm doing, whether it's day to day like Monday to Friday, etc., I am writing it down and I'm outlining it, but I'm doing it in a video as it's most of my strength, but I'm putting images, etc., and links to help people out as well. It's supposed to be more of a discussion of and a more of a personal reflection of how I'm doing it and how I'm looking at things in a different, slightly different perspective. It might not be what you do, it might not be what somebody else is compared at. I'm not looking at that side. I'm just highlighting and bringing out to people. Same when it comes to funding options. There's an awful lot of funding which is in one of the sections, which a lot of that at the minute for where I am or why I personally cannot apply for, but I can help others to do. So that sector is slightly different. It's the same when it comes to risk assessments and the same to do with the virus and how to get everybody back into business. There's certain things that I'm able to help others, but doesn't mean that I can actually do it myself. So there's that bit. I will always put disclaimers and I will say like, look, just be prepared, blah, 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 blah. This is personal to you. So that bit is what that's about. Other exciting news and announcements, I put that on my social media, but this one is solely video. It's just to say this is what the blog's about, this is what a vlog's about, this is the types of categories which are already up, but also the blogs and when they're happening. Happening wise, usually between Thursday and Saturday, but I will just put a general note and say new blogs up. I won't say which because otherwise I'll be here forever and a day, but I will put an outline up for you. Subscriptions to YouTube, subscriptions to each of the social medias, as everybody knows, is all free, but it's up there as well. Open community discussions within Facebook, not up yet. That will link later. Subscriptions ones to do with Facebook in particular, do with Uber and everyone's that will be slightly different. There'll be a paid subscription aspect, but I will talk about that in the other blog elsewhere. But as a whole, for arts consultancy, what is an arts consultant, how does it work, what do we do generally, and also what we're looking at and what's my focus. And as I said, I'm going backwards to go forwards to break it down to make it accessible to everybody. That's in all of this, as you'll see, and I do a lot of hand waving. So have a look, check it out, follow, like, subscribe, do your cool things that you do, and of course give us suggestions. It will take me some time because I am working through quite a lot of backlog as well, you can imagine, but I'm also moving forward and I cannot wait to be able to share an awful lot of some of, well, not all of it, some of the crazies up here in a different angle to you all. So hello and welcome if you're clicking in the blog. Hello to you, hope you're having a great time and not being windswept like me, and hope to speak to you very, very soon, or message, subscribe, or at least follow and share. So there we go. Hello. Bye-bye.